Story of Kale When Someone's in Love is a 2020 movie directed by Angga Dwimas Sasongko, and it's a prequel to his original movie, One Day We'll Talk About Today. And if you haven't watched my review of One Day We'll Talk About Today, you can click right here. I dissed Kale quite a bit in that video, but I actually enjoyed this movie a little bit more than the original. That's why I gave it an 8 out of 10. But first of all, spoiler alert, welcome to the channel. I'm going to be talking about this movie. It may or may not contain some spoilery details, so you've been warned. And I do recommend you go watch Story of Kale before you watch this video, because these are all my own opinions and they shouldn't reflect how you watch this movie. Also, just a fair warning, this movie isn't on Netflix, so if you do want to watch it, you do have to pay a hefty sum of 10,000 rupiah, or like equivalent to like $1 Australian on bioskoponline.com. I'll put the link down in the description below. So Story of Kale is about, well, the story of Kale. It's his backstory. It's about how he fell in love and got his heart broken, which is why he was being a dick in the original movie. So jokes aside, I actually really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a very hauntingly beautiful movie about toxic relationships. It really plays on the famous quote, if you love someone, let them go. If they come back, they're yours. If they don't, they never were. So we start off this movie with Dinda breaking up with Kale, and we don't know why. But then we get into this flashback scene where Dinda was in this abusive relationship and Kale was there to save the day. And as the movie progresses, we see their relationship progress as well. And through these flashbacks, we realize that Kale isn't at all different to Dinda's ex. Yeah, Dinda's ex was more physically abusive, but Kale was more emotionally controlling and very insecure about that relationship. And so we sort of empathize with Dinda, or well, at least I did. Or well, at least until we found out that she cheated on him. And, you know, we don't know who she cheated on him with, but by the end of the movie, it was sort of hinted that it was her ex. And, you know, we have these two characters who love each other very, very much, but because of Kale's own insecurity, he pushed Dinda away himself. And that was the strongest selling point for me because it was just an adult conversation, and it really reminded me of Marriage Story by Noah Baumbach. And there was one line that I loved from this movie, and that was Dinda saying that he's not his dad and she's not his mom. And it was such a powerful line because it felt like Kale saw that relationship as a way to cope for the trauma of his mom leaving him and his dad. All that being said, I feel like there was a missing piece from this movie, and that was throughout this entire movie. We see Dinda and Kale constantly talking about the band members and how the band members were upset when they left the band. And I would have loved to see that interaction because we didn't get that. I would have loved to see the interaction between the band members and Kale and Dinda and how they reacted when they decided to leave the band. I think that would have elevated the movie a little bit more. But as is, it's still a great movie. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was still heartfelt and very emotional. So yeah, that's what I thought about Story of Kale. But what do you guys think? Did you enjoy it? Have you watched the movie? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Cheers!